Amsterdamse grachten heb ik heel mijn hart voor altijd verpand.
This is Amsterdam. In the summer, the canals are full of people. Some are partying, some are relaxing, and some of them are there. Yeah, just to be seen. The boats they use mostly have diesel or gasoline engines, which have a big impact on the environment. It's not just the engines, but also the boats themselves are problematic, because their hulls generally cannot be recycled. They usually just end up lying around in the canals where they rot away. Most of these boats have a high eco-cost value ratio, or EVR in short. But what is this, EVR? The eco-cost value ratio is calculated by dividing the eco-cost by the user perceived value of a product. Eco-costs are a measure to express the amount of environmental burden of a product on the basis of prevention of that burden. To define the value, the market value can be used in case of an existing product. If a product which is still in development, the stakeholders would assign a value to the product, without knowing the price. The EVR should be as low as possible, which can be achieved with low eco-costs and a high value. To be able to assess our design in the end, we need a benchmark product. For example, let's take the Ruban Bleu Scoop. The Ruban Bleu Scoop is a very similar boat. It is also electrically powered and has a glass fiber reinforced polyester hull. The Scoop has a total weight of 520 kilograms. An estimation is made for the weights of the materials. As you can see, polyester has the highest weight, following by the batteries. The rest of the material, like steel and aluminum, are small contributions to the weight. After this, a life cycle analysis is made, which resulted in this. The production phase and the use phase have the highest eco-costs. Especially the batteries and energy consumption are the culprits. The main challenge of our design is to reduce this. If we look at the total eco-cost without the use phase, divide that with the price of the Scoop, we obtain an EVR of 0.85. Okay, we hope you understand the principle now. We'll come back to it later. Maybe you're thinking now, whom are we talking about when we say we? So let's introduce ourselves. We are Blueprind.
Hello, I'm Additive Manufacturing. Hello, my name is Marijn.
Hello, my name is Jesse Lopez. Hi, my name is Stefan Freers.
Blueprind is a boat designing team which got the task to design an environmentally sustainable, motorized, water recreation product / offering using layered object manufacturing or 3D printing as the main production method. So, let's start with our vision. We want the boat to be suitable for inland waterways. It must have a low EVR. Must be suitable for a rental service. Use of natural materials. Sustainable energy. Also, the production method needs to be sustainable. And the design should be most advanced, yet acceptable. Additive manufacturing. Most of you already heard about it. It includes several different production methods that allow three-dimensional complex shapes to be manufactured. Objects are created layer by layer. This opens up possibilities that are impossible to manufacture with traditional methods. As you can see in the movie, the shape is created layer by layer. The most well-known 3D printing method is fused deposition modeling, also known as FDM. A completely different form of additive manufacturing is layered object manufacturing, also known as LOM. Layers of certain material, for example wood or paper, are glued on top of each other and then cut into shape. In order to choose the right manufacturing process, the processes will battle. May the lowest EVR win.
In the red corner we have layer object manufacturing, and in the blue corner we have 3D printing. Fight!
So we use the life cycle analysis in order to determine the eco-costs. We've looked at the materials, the production method, and the waste. We have done this for 3 different 3D printable materials: ABS, PET, and TPS. As you can see, the highest eco-costs are in the production phase. This is because of the high energy requirements that are needed to melt the plastics. For Lom, we have looked at 5 different types of wood: bamboo, European oak, birch, hickory, and American oak. As you can see, the values of 3D printing are about 25 times as high as the values for Lom.
So we have a winner! 3D printing is knocked out. Lom wins.
Okay, let's go back to the EVR model. Now we know the eco costs. We still need to know which type of wood has the highest value. For this, we made a survey. We asked people to rank the wood, without knowing the type of wood, from lowest to highest value. We will give you 5 seconds to do that for yourselves. Okay, the time starts now. So, did you make a top 5? Well, these are the wood types. Did you find anything surprising in your top 5? Compare them with the results of the survey. Here they are. From the survey, we came to the conclusion that the European oak is very unpopular. On this scale, from 1 to 10, bamboo and American, or also known as Virginian oak, both scored around 8, with the oak slightly taking the lead. But since Virginia oak both scores higher and has lower eco costs, it will be the material for our boat. Now the material is chosen, it is time for the boat design. The team members came with 4 individual concepts. By combining these concepts, the boat could be designed. In order to decide the size, the team started to measure and lay out a top view design, until it could comfortably hold 6 to 7 passengers. The boat is 1.2 meters high, 5.5 meters long, and has a width of 2.4 meters. When the final sizing was determined, the individual boat parts were designed. The table, the passenger and driver's seats, the hull shape, the steering wheel, and the total boat shape were molded and shaped until everyone was satisfied and one final boat concept was given birth. It was time to lift it up to the 3rd dimension. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present the boat. The GPS on board will make sure you never get lost, unless you want to. The interactive tablet makes the ride even more fun and only gives you the information you need. With the comfortable raised driver's chair, the driver will have a perfect view over the other passengers. There is also a cool box to keep your food and drinks at the right temperature. A safety kit is also included. The torque jet engine with 40 kilograms of thrust provides more than enough power. Because this engine is hubless, no aquatic plants or floating debris will make it come to a halt. Also, because it's protected by the ring, it cannot break when it hits something hard. Maybe you are still wondering what makes our boat better than the others. 81% of the power needed is obtained from solar panels on top of the boat. All materials used for the hull and interior are biodegradable, even the resin. This means that the entire boat can be recycled or just grinded up and thrown on the compost easily. Doesn't it seem luxurious? The total eco costs of the boat are shown here. For the value, we also did a survey. We asked what people are willing to pay for the boat. What would you pay? 10,000? 15,000? 20,000? These are just some values, but from the survey we found out that people are willing to pay this amount. This means that the total EVR of the boat is 0.1. We can definitely say that our mission is complete. We have developed a circular business model for the boat. The boats are not going to be rented or sold, but they will be leased. Leasing the boats will have a big advantage for the customers and for ourselves. We handle all the maintenance of the boat, replace parts if needed, and after a certain amount of time, the boat will be replaced. The contract ensures that all boats return to us. Then they can either be refurbished, partially reused, or recycled if they completely reach the end of their life. This is the business model. Take a look for yourself. So, do we already have some potential clients in the room? To show you the problem you want to solve in Amsterdam, we found someone with first-hand experience, named Frank Haren. He lives at the Prinsengracht in Amsterdam. He told us about the main problems there are with boats and their users along the canals.
Zo verschrikkelijk veel vervoer, dat daar ook uiteindelijk, daar moeten gewoon duidelijke spelregels komen. Want de grachten slippen dus dicht. We hebben van de zomer ook echt files meegemaakt. Dus dat men niet voor en achteruit kan. Nou, dan hebben we ook nog Koninginnedag. Dan hebben we nog de Gay Parade.
We asked his opinion about what has more value, wood or polyester.
Raar idee de boten als ze van hout zijn en naarmate ze ouder worden alleen maar mooier worden. Het is een levend product natuurlijk. Dat hebben we het als een kunststofboot. Een kunststofboot is geen product. Het is iets dat je zegt van duidelijk mijn boot. Een houten boot heeft toch wat meer. Ja.
And Mr. Hagen, what would you pay for the boat?
Nou, ik zou zeggen rond de €10.000.
As we can see, our policy would make everyone happy. The inhabitants, the users of the boats, and ourselves. We took you on a journey through the design of a beautiful, luxury and interactive boat, which has very low eco-costs and a relatively high value. It pleases so many people at once. We already believe in blue. You too?